Let's get you aesthetic to the core. I hope you all can hear me. Let's talk about the pillars first. What are they? It's not just going to gym and working out. Yes, exercising does play a prominent role when it comes to being aesthetic, but there is a difference when it comes to being aesthetic and being muscular. So without further ado, let's talk about these pillars that will get you aesthetic to the core. First, exercising. As I said, it does play an important role. Second, diet and counting calories. Third, your mental health. Fourth, your purpose. Fifth, reading and meditation. Sixth, working on your relationships. So, the first pillar, exercise. Everybody knows that it's good to exercise. A person who has gained a lot of weight knows that exercising would help him or her, you know, in many ways in life. But why it's hard to lose weight? The reality is losing weight is not easy. When it comes to your habit, they play a significant role when it comes to losing weight. you know your habits not only um, shape your mind, but it also shapes your body. Think about it. you know if you're eating too much processed food, you need to pay attention to your habits. And robust habits, meaning the habits that you have become so used to, have become so unconscious that you can't even see yourself, but they're a part of yourself. They have ingrained with your personality. And if you start to improve yourself, you will see these habits. You will be able to distinct these habits that are within you. So explore these habits, you know and they are worth exploring. Understand that getting you from skinny fat or just fat to having an aesthetic physique will not be smooth, but that journey will be worth it as long as you want it. Any transition that requires major changes will have hurdles, but what is life without hurdles? Talking about exercise, pay attention, more attention to warming up, stretching, and mobility. There are many videos available on YouTube. Choose one and stick to it. And when you are done with your warm up, stretching, and mobility, this is where lifting weights comes in. If you are lifting enough weight and still you are not seeing results, it means that you are lifting perhaps too much. Understand that resting is as important as lifting weight. Your recovery happens when you sleep. And if you are a beginner, you have to pay attention to your techniques. Besides, the main takeaway from this first pillar is to pay attention to compound movements. What are they? These exercises include bench press, shoulder press, squats, deadlifts, and pull ups. Basically, these exercises target several muscle groups. Getting stronger in them is one of the keys to get you aesthetic to the core and not just muscular. You know. Uh, with this, let's talk about the second pillar, diet and counting calories. The word diet itself is filled with a lot of sacrifices and at the same time a lot of marketing. The connotation often includes that you have to always sacrifice, but I don't think sacrificing um, is always the case. Yes, sacrificing is important, but I think unprocessed food can be delicious too. Wherever you live, do your exploration. Find the types of food in your culture. You will be surprised at how you can discover a lot of food that is unprocessed or can be unprocessed. You know, when you do these exploration and discover such things. If you are struggling, be a cook. If you are broke, be a cook. You know, find a way to make good food into delicacy, delicious. Why am I asking you to do this? First, you will get to know about your culture, you know. And second, delicious food will give you that psychological ease. It will make your process to get you aesthetic much more enjoyable. Changing that habit, changing that habit as I talked about in the first pillar to, to your eating habits and transitioning to a good eating pattern. That transition will be much more fun. And if you get to know how to make unprocessed food, into, a delicious food. And you will and that process will no longer be that excruciating. When you do that, add one more step to it. Count your calories, meaning what you eat on a daily basis. There are many apps available for this. You need to just add your food and do check your macros. What are they? They are carbohydrates, fats, and protein that you consume every day. Give attention to all three of them, not just protein. Again, everything is calculated in your app that you will download. So track your calories there. Also, if you want an aesthetic physique in terms of longevity, don't do crash diets. Instead, explore your cultural food or the food that you think is healthy and delicious for you. To end this point, don't deprive yourself by doing too many exercises and following a strict diet that you don't even like. It will break you. Instead, follow your conscience. Fitness is a journey, a part of your life that will upgrade you in other endeavors, not just a crash course. And with this, let's go to the third pillar, your mental health. There's an article in New York Magazine whose title is "I Used to Be a Human Being." But here's the subtitle, which goes: An endless bombardment of news and gossip and images has rendered us manic information addicts. It broke me. It might break you too. This article was written by Andrew Sullivan. What he says in this article is applicable to everybody. Let's face it. We are internet addicts, but staying on the internet, you know, how shall I put this? You know, you know in this world, the information, we are bombarded by information, and we are and our you know our behavior is kind of hacked. It's this Let's just say that we are internet addicts. Try to replace this habit with reading books. I know it's not easy, but staying on the internet impacts your mood. It drains you. So pay attention, because your mental health matters. Talking about the internet, don't jerk off. Stay off from adult sites. It affects your perception of sexual health. That illusion drains your brain the most. I think it impacts your mental health as in a way that is very bad. I also think that it's an addiction you need to stay away from. Again, internet addiction and porn addiction. If you solve these two things, your life will be changed forever. And in this process, you will learn how your digital life is exhausting, drains meaning out of your real life, shatters your deep work, and cuts that cord of your intentional life that you want to live. And with this, let's go to the fourth pillar. Talking about intentions, let's talk about purpose. The fourth pillar, as I said, no matter where you are from and which background you belong, as long as you're a human being, you can improve. Add purpose to it, meaning a goal. Every human being is going from point A to point B. If you become intentional about going from point A to point B, you become curious of the term constant improvement, conquering your impulses brick by brick every day. It can bring you closer to your purpose. Your purpose can be anything that you're passionate about. But if you're working on it, listen to this. It should bring you that your passion should bring you some kind of financial freedom and some psychological ease with that. Purpose shouldn't be about status always, but your well-being as well. Having a purpose is life is having a dream. Without a dream, what is life? Your purpose and self-improvement are kind of linked. Following a purpose or improving yourself in that direction also makes you aware about the pitfalls of internet addiction. It includes things like loss of control, mood fluctuation, emotionally charged for no reason, compulsive connectivity, decreased happiness, etc. It can be different for different individuals. Do let me know in the comment section how you use the internet smartly, and how it helps you to achieve your purpose, because I think that there are people who use the internet very smartly, and I want to learn from them as well. And with this, let's go to the fifth pillar. With purpose, you also understand solitude, including reading and meditation. The fifth pillar to get you aesthetic. It would be weird, right, if you just look good from outside but feel terrible from the inside. To me, that's not aesthetic at all. Being aesthetic, I think, is a part of being authentic as well. With purpose and in finding or following your purpose, self improvement becomes that bridge. And in that bridge of salvation, reading and meditation becomes important. Two, reading a book is better than surfing on the internet. Reading can give you that knowledge to get you out of different addictions. If reading has done that to you, do let me know in the comment section about such books. With this, we can build a great community. In short, reading will enhance your life. It will introduce to you to new perspectives, a different lens for you to see life from a different angle. Reading will also introduce you to appreciating how silence in life is so important. With silence, add meditation. To be honest, I do not know everything about meditation, but when I do it, I feel calm. We all need calmness in our lives. I think calmness does add a lot to your aestheticism and gives you that edge that is earned, not given. And with this, let's go to the sixth pillar, working on your relationships. You know, why are we improving our lives? Perhaps it's to see where our potential can lead us. The second thing can be to spend our time with our loved ones. I think it shouldn't be the first. I think it shouldn't be the second, sorry. It should be our priority to straighten out our relationships with our family, and it should be done with gratitude. If in your case, if it's going great, that's awesome. If not, find a way to connect with your family, or your, or your partner. I know sometimes it's hard to build that connection. It can be due to the past circumstances or anything that has broken that relationship. This just doesn't apply to family, but to other relationships as well. As I said, if you're having problems with your significant others, address them. Don't neglect such problems, because facing them is inevitable, meaning one day you're gonna face them. It's better be now. And if your relationship is not working, sometimes it's better to move on, and don't be half-assed about it. Make a decision. Don't be in the middle. It's like having your feet on two boats going in different directions. Here you're gonna be the one who is going to stumble. So make a decision that your heart desires. It can be hard, but can be worth it. If a relationship, whether it's with family, it's with your family or with others, have depth, that bond is not built immediately, and you know that it requires effort. Those trials and errors in those efforts while you are chasing your purpose, that makes you a G. This enhances your aestheticism, makes you a real man or a real woman. Well, these are the six pillars to make you aesthetic to the core. If this video provides you with some value, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and love.